Hi, I'm Kat. It is December 15th, and this is our daily tarot. So I typically pull 4 cards every day, and today only 4 came out. And yet, of those 4 cards, 3 of them are major arcana. In the tarot system, there's 78 cards, 22 major arcana, 56 minor arcana, and the 56 minor arcana are made up of suits and court cards. They represent day-to-day matters, whereas the major arcana are representative of like true life work that we are facing, being work, as my teacher used to say. The opening card that we have for today is the Emperor card. The Emperor card is governed by this Aries energy, which is ruled by Mars, which is this warrior type energy. We can see the Emperor is fully armored. He's carrying a staff, and behind him on this mountain, it looks like there's a window. And so this is symbolic of our need to look out into our lives, look onto the battlefield, quote unquote, of our lives. And where do we feel called to action? Where do we feel like we need to bring order to some area of our lives? Is it in your finances? Is it in your home? Is it in your relationship? Well, this can largely be determined by where Sagittarius is in your natal chart, because that's the sign that Mars just moved into. Now, this is a calling to take care of something, because right now we have our south node astrologically in the sign of Sagittarius, and south nodes are a place in our own personal chart that shows the karmic, that area that we came from in our past. And yet when planets pass over where the south node is currently, it can trigger our own personal south node. So in a lot of ways, we are looking at things that we feel kind of unsettled about wherever Sagittarius is sitting in your chart, and we're feeling called to action. We're feeling called to bring order to some area of chaos in our lives. The challenge that we are facing today is another major arcana. It is the Fool card. And this card is speaking to that, wild card in the universe of change, unexpected change, unavoidable change, but change that comes in areas of our lives that have been pretty stable, because Uranus has been in Taurus for the last number of years. And Taurus is our sense of stability, our money, our body. It's physical things, and it's a fixed earth energy. So it's a really stable energy. And we've had this planet of change coming into this area of our chart. And so it's bringing in changes. Like, you can't avoid these changes, right? Look out at the past 2 years, and there's been big changes in all of our lives that are unavoidable. And yet what it is stirring up is like our own, I know we spoke about call of action before in the realm of Aries, but the area of the Fool is more of like a listening to your own inner wish, listening to what your heart says is the most appropriate action, and to follow your heart in those times of questioning, because there is a lot of unknown. And this thing in the center of our chest that pumps blood throughout our entire body, circulates nutrients, and does all the things, it is our compass in this world. And so if we can follow that when you're in a place of questioning, you'll never be steered wrong. The way that we're going to get through that challenge when you're in this place of like, oh my God, everything's changing, you may be stuck in some kind of emotional contemplation, right? The Four of Cups is a really stable emotional energy, but it's like stable in a way that it's like kind of fixed, and we're fixated on it. So it can be imprisoning in that way. So we have these two different kind of designations in this card. You have 3 cups that are on the ground and 1 that's coming in the air. So it's like something new is coming in, and we're contemplating it, right? We're contemplating emotional matters. But the energy that this is reminding us about is that our emotional satiation and satisfaction can't be reliant on external circumstances. We really have to go inward and pull that sense of emotional satisfaction and gratitude and from deeper within ourselves and find it within ourselves. And in that way, we can actually bring it in from the outer world. But it's reminding us that we can sometimes get stuck in this place of looking at things and dissecting things, you know, or wondering why this happened or that happened. And is it our karma or is it our fault? And consider that everyone is going through change right now. It's not something that the universe is doing personally to you. What it's actually doing is it's creating change so that we can actually find our footing again and decide how we want to walk on this path. Because a lot of times, at least I've been discovering with my clients, is people feel like they're forced to do things. They have to do things rather than that they want to do things. And this change is creating all of these shifts so that we can actually figure out where we want to put our energy and what we want to make of our lives and what we need to let go of, what we need to resolve so that we can have that energy back to put towards what we want to build. The ultimate outcome today, as I referenced earlier, is another major arcana. It is the Magician. This is a pretty potential filled card as far as energy goes, because we can see this person is standing next to this table and they have their arm raised to the sky and they're being a conduit. They are a channel for what they need to do next. And they know that they have all the tools and resources that they need to accomplish what they're here to accomplish, because the Magician has the sword, the wand, the cup, and the pentacle all on their table. They have their mind, their body, their emotions, their will, all on the table. And then you are the spirit that brings action to all of this integration of energy. So what do you feel called to do? Trust that everything in the universe is aligning for you to be able to do that. And sometimes change has to happen. Sometimes things have to drop away. Sometimes relationships get brought back into our lives for us to resolve and heal old wounds so that we can actually heal ourselves and move forward into our life path and into our being work here while we're on this wonderful plane of existence, right? So remember that if you are in these dark days that we're in and you find your attention looking down, or, you know, you're shaking your fist at the sky, remember that your perspective can shift everything. If you realize that these things are being shifted to actually create a space for you to create something new, then it's actually pretty awesome to understand that the universe is working with us in this way. And that's what I've seen in my own life, you know, is when things shifted or big storms happened, what it did is it opened up something else. It opened up a space for something within me to engage differently. And life is all about where we feel called to engage, right? When we're in the unknown. And can we trust that where our heart tells us to show up is absolutely where we need to show up? I send you a good wish today, and I send you so much love. I am part of your pep rally, and we can do this. Have a blessed day. Mwah. Bye for now.